Dang, there's some like psychological study out there that says even the person that reads like four times or more a week in the Bible, like their anxiety decreases a significant amount and their trust in God increases a ton. And all of these, like, whether it's not just mental health, but whether it's this mental health struggle or this struggle in their life, it decreases significantly.
Yes.
And I love the constant prayer thing. I love whenever for some reason, whenever I'm around some sort of body of water, like if I'm in nature, like at the beach, or for me, like you just hear him clearly, and his voice is still and calm, and it's such a special encouragement. Did you grow up in church when you were young?
What happened was once we came to the States, things were a little bit crazy. But my father turned to addiction. But he was an electrician in Trinidad. So after some time, which was a true blessing, we met some like older women. They started inviting my parents to church, and my parents started going. And my father's life completely changed. He stopped drinking for a time. He started going to church. And what ended up happening is because of the constant prayer and faith and going to church, and we were in church like 3 times a week, and all the elders of the church would be praying for him all the time, and just praying for us in general. But because of that, he ended up going and getting a great job with MTA, with transit, and he was an electrician with them, and he ended up he started earning a lot of money just by his trade, his electrician trade that he had since he was probably, early 20s in Trinidad. But he had that when he came, but without God in it, he wasn't able to, get himself straight long enough to get the right job. As soon as he gave his life to Christ, next thing you know, all of the things that had been taken away from him by the devil and, by the enemy, all those things were given back unto him, bigger and better than we could have even imagined. It was a major shift for us as a family. But yeah, we were going to church for many years, and we were going to church in Brooklyn. And eventually, I loved church so much, I started going to church by myself. Like, I was the only, once I became a teenager, and even in my young 20s, after high school, I was like the only person my age that would pop up in the church by myself. I would sit there and listen to the word, and I loved it. And I think that's what really made me stand out from everyone else, because my faith was so unshakable, because I would be getting that food, that spiritual food. I would be getting that every week. So I was pretty unstoppable. So anything I wanted, I got, I was making a lot of money at my age, and I was able to buy this really expensive car at the age of 19 years old. And people were like, oh, you're not gonna be able to keep that car. My mother was like, you're not gonna be able to keep that car. You're not gonna be able to keep up the payments. And I never missed one payment. I ended up having it until I became famous.
Wow.
Yep. So anyway, what I'm saying is I would be going to meetings, and I wouldn't always get the job or get what I wanted, but I mean that I would push myself. I had a lot of drive. So even if I was told no about something, I would just keep on going, because I never believed in taking no for an answer. And I always believed in where there's a will, there's a way. I've lived my life like that forever. So it made me always have like an edge up over competition at that time. So even though it was really tough, like at one point, because I was like, well, maybe this is not going to happen at a certain point in my life. Maybe my career isn't going to work. And the Lord told me to give it one more try. And I told my mother I would give it one more try for one more year. And it happened. I was discovered by Lil Wayne. Thank God. And then the rest is basically history. There was some ups and downs in there. If I hadn't been going to church, and if I hadn't been already praying and fasting and, applying all of those things that I had learned in my real life, I would not have made it at all,
Yeah.